You were promising to talk about what on the European was going to happen with the quota, and so go ahead, give them a hard time, Ayana. That's what we're waiting for, Viviane. Thank you so much.
I give them a hard time outside this room.
Good,
but
good.
Inside this room, I need you. Because a woman alone can't make it. Many women together can make it. And I will tell you how. Look, we have been looking at the facts and figures. And we see in all our member states, I'm speaking about Europe, but the same goes also for the United States, goes lesser for Asia, but it goes for many places in the world. Women have a wonderful talent. Here in Europe, 60% of the university graduates are females. What a talent. And then we do have a problem here in Europe that in most our countries, we are aging societies. That means we need all available talent. We cannot spare it around. We cannot ignore it if we want our economies, our societies to continue as they are now, not even building up. Well, we need women because we don't have enough men. What? And we need talent because we waste talent today. Is it logical that today on the boards of the publicly listed companies, you have an 86% male quota? Is that normal? Is it normal that the CEOs of the publicly listed companies represent 97%? Is that normal? No, that's sheer discrimination, if you look at from the point of view of fairness. And this is an absolute waste of talent if you look at the talent which is available. Where are they, those 60% university graduates, those females? Where are they? Where they are not where the economy, where the society would need them. And we need them because the wealth here in Europe is our cultural diversity. That is the economic, that is the cultural wealth which we have. And this you can only do if you have all talents in a society on board. I tell you very frankly, in today's environment, a group of middle-aged business suit-wearing men will not make the cut because they simply cannot relate to the background of the people out there. Do you know that 80% of the purchasing decisions are taken by women? No, it is not only about shoes. It is also about cars, about housing, and about everything. 80%, 80. And then you have the women who are selling, not on board. Why? It is a sheer nonsense. Now, I have tried to bring this whole discussion down from a purely feministic point of view to a very rational, down-to-earth point of view. And I was so lucky. I was very lucky because at the same moment when I said we politicians have to take things in hand, the business world was reacting. Many studies have been made by Goldman Sachs, by Deutsche Bank, by Ernst & Young, by McKinsey, and I forget them, so many. So all not very feministic organizations. And they all came to the same conclusion. We miss it out completely because companies who have women in top management make so much better results, economically, financially speaking, than companies without women on board. What does that tell you? That very simply tells you that women do not mean cost, women mean extra business. Now, we are here in Europe in a problem time. We have a crisis. We need to help our businesses. We need our women in, and if the businesses don't understand, the society understands, and that's why we bring them in. The moment on, that was sometimes last year, on the 9th of May, Women's Day, European Day, 9th of March, Women's Day, 9th of May, European Day. I brought the CEOs of the largest listed companies around a table. And I told them the story. And what did they answer me? Oh, first they said, they were very astonished because they expected a feministic talk, and they got facts and figures and economic argumentation on the table. That destabilized them. Yeah, they always think we are not capable to handle facts and figures, you see. Make a big mistake there. Second, they said, oh yes, that's wonderful, but we don't find the women. They are not existing. You are not existing. This room here is empty, you see? Empty. There's nobody there. And then the solidarity came in, because I asked the business schools, the biggest business schools in Europe, oh, tell me a little. What is happening with your female MBAs? And they said, well, nothing, everything is fine. We don't have enough, but fine. I said, have a look at what is really happening with the female MBAs. 1 month later, led by Candice, with whom we are going to have a duo shortly, led by Candice, they came, you are right. Our female MBAs make the best MBAs, and afterwards the men get the best positions. All right? And they said, here we are going to help you. And in some months' time, they put 7,500 names on the table. Names of women who have their MBA, who have management experience, and who are board ready, who can be put on the board at the first notice. 7,500, after 3 months they found them. There are so many more. Out goes the argument, we don't find the women. Well, the women will find you, because they are there. Now, third element. Oh, you know, you are right, and we will need more women. We will do that by ourselves. Okay. Well, I just hinted at the fact that here in Germany, there was already a voluntary agreement of all the big companies in 2001. And when we made the analysis in 2011 to see 10 years later what has happened, we saw that nothing has happened so far for voluntary agreements. But I said, okay, I give you a last chance. You do it voluntary, and I'm going to measure what you have been doing in 1 year. Here are the results. A lot has happened. Oh yes, a real lot has happened. Because in the years before my putting the fist on the table, the yearly progress for women on boards of publicly listed companies was 0.5 percentage point per year. Since I put the fist on the table, it is 2 percentage points per year. Huh? Well, not yet a law, but only saying we are not going to stand still anymore already brought a progress. The only problem with this is, if I calculate, well, we need 40 years more in order to arrive at the level which we need to have somehow an equilibrium. Who is wanting here to wait 40 years? Who does not? Yeah, that's also what I told them. We are not going to wait 40 years. But then this is the average, you see. We had also different positions. For instance, France. France has made a law on compulsory quota. And what happened? In 1 year time, the progress of women on board went from 12% to 22%. Before the law was in place, they were looking to find the best women. That's how it should be. Here they are, the best women. Business schools put them on the table. Now get them working. Get us break the glass ceiling. After that, I started what we always do before we prepare legislation, is a big public consultation. I got 500 answers to this from individuals, but not only, also from companies. All companies still think that self-regulation will do it. Women don't do it. Because in the meantime, women have understood that they have to network. And there is here in Germany, for instance, the Berlin Declaration, where women from all political parties joined their forces in order to say, we want progress. And we do not care what is the party slogan, we want women in. Thank you to all these women from all the parties. That's how we need to get it done. Not to look for a party line, but to look for a woman line. And then, if you want to win a political game, you always need the media. Without the media, you can't get where you want to. I was so proud about this initiative of 300 female journalists here in Germany who went out, who made an agreement saying, we got enough of it. We are doing the journalistic work, but when it comes to having the top-level decision-making in journalists, it's all men. Now, we don't want it anymore. And since that moment, something has changed in the media in this country. Also, men have started now to write about a change in society. And that brings me to the last point. Girls, we cannot do that without boys. We need them on board. So it is very important to have our female networks. They are absolutely essential. But please, each girl should go out and take 2 men by the hand and bring them along. Because we will need the votes later on in our parliaments. And we will need the men to vote with us. We do not yet have majorities in parliament, but we will need a male-female good stencil going ahead. And so please help me. When in autumn, I will put on the table a legislation for the whole of Europe, introducing quotas in publicly listed companies' boards, in order to finally break through. At that moment, I will need your lobbying power. I will need your friendship. I will need your force. And together we will do it. So, in autumn, girls, all together.